Welcome to Once Upon a Sunday Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host, Josh. With me is Dirtbag Dave.
What
Dave Campbell, what
up?
is up? We're
What's up,
supposed to
buddy?
be joined by a guest, but he's a bigger dirtbag than I guess you. So,
We'll
I
see
mean,
if
what
he
the?
shows up. And we started late for him.
Yeah, we're supposed to start at 8:30. I know all you people are waiting. Primetime television,
Oh, I'm
and
sure we
then
probably already have like millions of watchers,
of course,
subscribers,
watchers,
viewership,
watchers.
viewers.
This is the high show. Dave is gone. He has no idea what's happening, which is
I know
okay.
exactly what's
That's
happening.
the normal thing.
It's
Which
Wednesday night.
is Wednesday night. I did have a trivia set up, so I don't know if you want to save that if Marco does show up,
No, fuck
or
Marco. Let's do it.
if
I
you
want
just
to do
want to
it.
go to trivia.
And then you can still ask him later if you want.
Okay, I mean he might be watching, so he might get the answers.
He's not watching. He's probably doing something stupid right now.
All right, so here is the concept of the trivia game. The title is "Who the fuck went where?" I
All
took
right.
I took people that may have been relevant at one time or people thought were going to be relevant one time, and where the fuck did they sign up this free season? I want to see if you understand, because it's the middle of the season sometimes and you don't even know people are hurt, so you're
Uh-huh.
not going to know where these guys signed. So
So you're
first one
asking
up.
me where some random guy signed.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yep,
All right, let's hear it.
see if you can do. I got 7 of them. So
All right.
the
All
first
right.
one on my list, our boy Finn would be loving this right now. The freaking
Oh,
FanDuel tight end
our boy.
all-star Ricky Seals Jones. Where the
I have
fuck did he
no
sign?
idea where he went. None. I didn't know he signed. I haven't heard a word.
So I don't think you're gonna get any of these. By the way, I really
Probably
don't.
not. But if they're gonna be like that I've never heard of course not.
You've heard of Ricky Seals? He won us a lot of money last year. He went to
No, I
the.
know who he is. I'm saying I haven't heard it reported. That's why I'm like, huh?
He
He went
went to
where?
the. These are my favorite, by the way. When you don't know and like, huh? What? Okay, cool. He's Ricky Seals Jones is the New York Giant. He signed with the New York Giants.
No, I had no idea.
So
You
Mark,
know what? I might have heard that when that like around the time Ingram signed. They were like basically saying this maybe not. Anyway, I don't know. Go ahead.
if Marker was here, I think he would have got that one right.
Well, he's a Giants fan, so hopefully, yeah.
Yep. All right. My next question is: it's another tight end. He was picked to be a star in Baltimore. It's Mr. Hayden Hurst. Where the fuck did he go?
Titans.
No. Colt City though. Close.
I definitely heard of where he signed. Cincinnati.
Yeah, Cincinnati.
Let's go.
Ding, ding, ding. I actually like this signing, man, because Uzuma left, which I'm not going to bring up him because we all know where he signed. We all know.
Yeah, the Jets.
Yeah, the Jets. So I didn't even put him on the list. But yeah, Uzuma's gone, or Uzama, whatever you want to call him. Hayden Hurst, he just.
I did hear that. I like that.
He just never had a shot everywhere he went. Andrews, and then
they got Pitts.
Like, come on, man, give this guy a break. Maybe he breaks out with Burrow and these guys. So I do
like it.
Hayden.
Hayden
Hurst is
I
going to
think
be
he's a decent little
solid
play. Yeah,
he could be a streamer.
Because think about Uzama had value like all the time, and I think Hurst is probably even like a little bit better. By the way, do you know who CJ Uzama is dating?
Yes, K. Adams. That's why I said we all know.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, so I missed that reference. But go CJ. That's what's up.
Next on my list, a former. I don't know. I don't know how to introduce Amir Abdullah. Where did Amir Abdullah sign in 2022? The Irrelevant Award.
I heard this too.
Abdullah Express, baby. Come on.
Only reason I know is because I remember seeing someone say he spent last year with Minnesota and Carolina. Oh, where did he go? Did he go to Arizona? No.
Nope. He went to Las Vegas to be irrelevant behind Josh Jacobs and these guys. Let's go to one that's actually kind of interesting to me. He did okay until someone took a spot backing up for David Montgomery. Damian Williams. Where did he sign?
I heard about this.
I think this might be actual fantasy impact.
I heard where he signed, but I'm not going to guess because I don't remember.
Okay, Atlanta, where they have nobody except for CPAT.
Yes, I heard.
And Mike Davis.
Mike Davis.
No, dude,
is trash.
Damian Williams had some decent games, and if he can get right, he's going to be okay in Atlanta.
But Patterson back, you got to think they're going to use the same offense for the most part. He's going to be that gadget player. So, like, is there enough work to go around for another running back And a low scoring, probably offense.
Well, they have no wide receiver, so is CPAT going to play more on the outside because they have nobody. They don't have a wide receiver.
I'm sure they're going to try. I mean, I'm assuming they're going to draft somebody, and then maybe they sign somebody later. But yeah, I would think they need Patterson outside more. Doesn't mean he's going to for sure there.
On this list, I think Damian Williams is the most fantasy relevant player to sign somewhere. Hurst too, yes. I like Hurst. All right, this next guy is a former Indianapolis Colt All-Star, Mr. Zach Pascal.
I saw this somewhere.
Zach
Philly.
Pascal. Philly.
Let's go.
Yes. To go along with the bums, JJ Arcega-Whiteside and Jalen Reagor.
Do you know why I even know that? Because in one of our Madden chats, one of the guys is a big Philly fan. So all of a sudden, randomly in the middle of the day, he came to fuck Philly, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what happened? And then like literally his next text is like, Pascal, like question mark. I'm like, you're that pissed off that they signed him? Like he was going on a rant. I was like, all right, bro, calm down. So that's why.
And we have 2 more to go because it was going to be best out of 7, so I put 7. But this guy, okay. I cannot believe this guy is still in the league. Good thing he is because he's going to replace Tyreek Hill, Mr. Corey Coleman.
I have no idea.
I told you.
He's still in the league.
Yes, I told you. I messed up the setup. He was in Kansas City.
Oh, I did know that. Corey Coleman.
I had no idea. I was going through the whole transaction list.
He was like the wide receiver, like 5 on their team.
Remember when Corey Coleman was going to be something in Cleveland?
Yeah, I do. I remember that. I very much do. We all thought that. Isn't that he get drafted the same year as Laquan Treadwell? Maybe there was a few years ago. I think so. So,
okay.
Anyway, all right. Who's next?
Another receiver. We thought he might have been something. James Washington. Where did James Washington go? Dallas. I figured you would know that one. That one's pretty simple. But okay.
The only reason I saw that was because a buddy of mine's a Cowboys fan on Facebook. He posted when they signed it, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because you know what made me think about this? Because when the Tyreek Hill news broke, and we're celebrating, we're going for the Dolphins. Waddle, Hill, the best 2 receivers in the game.
Second best duo in the league, yeah.
No, number 1 duo. But I was thinking, oh wait, didn't they just sign Cedric Wilson? Like totally irrelevant now. I don't know what they do with him. Like what a waste of a signing.
They need to just cut Parker, to be honest.
Trade him if they can. I doubt
no one's giving you shit for him. Like only because he signed that second contract, which wasn't huge, but it was like big enough to where they were like, yeah, I just cut him. We'll sign him off the waivers.
I mean, they can get a 7th for him. I mean, he's valuable. Look,
maybe is he?
If Washington can get anything, or the Colts can get anything for Carson Wentz, anything's possible. Like literally anything is possible. Let's go. All right, let's get into the big news. Deshaun Watson to the Cleveland Browns for 3 firsts, a 2024. Oh no, 3 firsts that are 2022, 2023, and 2024. A 3rd and a 4th.
Yeah,
that's what it was. 3 firsts. A lot. That's insane, and plus they guaranteed all of his money.
It's
what we were just talking about Watson's dynasty value is. I just did a startup about a month ago. I want to say. Remember we were at the Lightning game and I was doing it. Watson in the Superflex went 6th round. I want to say. Now that he's traded and on a team and is going to play, he's a 1st round Superflex.
I think late 1st round pick. Yeah. Sure.
Well, that's what I want to go to you is you might not have a ranking in front of you, but where would you rank him? So Josh Allen, Mahomes, Herbert.
Are we talking about like real life NFL or dynasty?
Dynasty.
So after for sure Mahomes,
Allen, Mahomes, whatever you want to do.
Lamar, Herbert. That's 4. Kyler,
sure 5.
He's right. He's right around Kyler probably ahead of Dak.
So he's running like 6, 7.
Right in that area. I mean, that's just somebody off the top of my head we're missing, but like Burrow probably is up there, too.
I think we forget about how good Watson was. I think Watson's
higher.
I think he's higher.
He might be. Higher than Kyler. I won't even argue with that. I would consider that.
I take him higher than Kyler and Lamar in Dynasty for sure. Because Lamar isn't going to have a longer career like Watson will be. I think. I don't think Lamar's game.
Lamar's not going nowhere.
He's not going anywhere soon.
But for fantasy, I've come to this realization, or even in the NFL. I mean, I'm sorry, he's too he does too much. Yeah, you might like me and you think he's not a great passer, and really he's not. But like, he's good enough to where that he's dynamic everywhere else, like with his legs. Obviously, he's gonna have a job for too long, like for a long time.
You look at someone like Tyrod Taylor. He's not even on the same athletic, but
that's what I'm saying.
He's still getting jobs in 2021.
Lamar will always have a job. I'm convinced of that until it'll be a while. Unless he's that bad at throwing, like to where he becomes like he's super inaccurate, and even his legs, like at some point, even Vic was like, "You're not that good anymore." So,
so on the flip side, we have. So I got people texting me questions watching when they should be commenting, but they probably can't comment. I can see your comments, Sam, if you comment them, and it'd be easier. Love you. But he asked if Deshaun Watson, do we know if he's going to be injured or suspended? I assume so. That was my next question about Baker is, do they even rush to get rid of Baker? Because why get rid of him? You're paying Watson the $1 million base salary in 2022. You can afford to pay Baker and let Baker fill in for those games while Watson's suspended. But is Baker going to want to do that? Baker might tell him to fuck off.
There's no way and that's why you have to trade him, because like it's gonna cause a distraction. He's already got his friends that are in the locker room that and I'm sure these other guys are going to be new guys who come. You don't want to separate the locker room over that. Like, yeah, Baker's a starting quarterback. He's not that good, but he's like a top 32 player in the world. And so
I don't think so.
Whatever, we can have that debate later.
I don't. I know we're not going to have that debate right now, but I don't think so.
I think he's at least one of the top 32. Like we talked about before, he's better than guys like Jared Goff and freaking Daniel Jones, and that's saying something. Like, anyways, so I don't know. That's what I think.
I just think we're running out of landing spots we have like 3 quarterbacks, I want to say, left out there that could be a starter, and only 2 teams left that need a quarterback or that will, in the hunt, for Jimmy G, for Baker, and there's one more guy out there. I'm forgetting who it is. Am I missing somebody, or is it just Jimmy G and Baker?
Pretty much those 2, I think.
And you just have Carolina left. Oh shit, yeah, we only have Carolina left.
Atlanta needs a quarterback. Oh, they said Mariota.
But they're gonna roll. Yeah, they're gonna roll with Mariota. So at this point, we only have one team left. One team standing. That really would need. And so the
Seattle
49ers,
they could easily. But, I mean, they only got Locke. They're not committed to that.
Yeah, but there's no way 49ers send him Jimmy G. There's no way. Baker would be the only chance over there. But Pete Carroll, I love what Pete Carroll said. Yeah, we love Drew Lock on draft day.
They all say that. Sure, you did. Don't they all say that the next year?
Sure, you did. Buddy.
This guy's he was the number 1 receiver on our board, and you took him in the 4th round. Okay, sure, I believe you.
No, but I do believe Drew Lock will be starting. Unfortunately,
I do
for
too.
The Seahawks.
Unfortunately, as well.
He gets his one last chance, and they go ahead and get a quarterback in the draft. I feel like the Falcons are going to do the same thing. Mark Mariota's not going to be. Dave, what are you doing? This is ridiculous.
What? Why are you? Stop talking. Let's go. Who are we talking about next?
We'll talk about Russell Wilson next. If you'd like to talk about quarterbacks, or would you like to go straight to Tyreek Hill? Because I want to go to Tyreek Hill, obviously.
You're the show host. I'm just here to comment.
Yep.
So you
Tyreek Hill got traded. It was funny because we spoke on the phone earlier today. We're like, we heard Tyreek Hill might be getting traded, and about 15 minutes later, Tyreek Hill is
for sure
traded.
Done. Yeah.
That was insane. So he went to Miami for the 29th overall pick, the 50th overall pick, and 2 4ths and a 6th for Tyreek Hill, making him the highest paid receiver in the NFL. In NFL history.
Crazy money.
Now, I've seen a lot of people go, wow, this is going to hurt Tyreek's value. Wow, this is going to hurt Waddle's value. I just don't understand that at all. If Justin Jefferson and Thielen could be 2 top 12 guys, if Chris Godwin and Mike Evans could do it, these guys can do it too. But the argument is the volume going to be there? Are they both going to get 120 targets plus? I don't see that. I don't see that happening because you have Gesicki there. You have these running backs there. McDaniels like to run out of the backfield, like with Mostert, with Edmonds. You didn't sign these guys for nothing.
I agree. I You also got to think about the difference between like say like the Vikings offense or some of these like you say there's that have two is you have to trust at least like the quarterback. Cousins is really really good. What was the other team? I forget who, but like it happens all the time. And I think that we don't trust Tua yet. If Tua is like even like really like just solid, not even like a stud, they should both flourish. I could see because I do like McDaniel. I like the head coach. I'm sure he's gonna be smart enough to like scheme up some new shit. And I feel like it has to bring down Tyreek's 1,000% because you can't expect even like for this guy to scheme the shit out of it for him to put up the numbers he was in Casey last few years, like 1,500 every year. Like you can't expect that. That's just like top tier. And I don't know if Miami can support that. I think he's going to come down. Not doesn't mean he's going to suck. Like I'm not saying he's going to be trash, but I think like there's no way you can have him ranked as high as you did before. For him.
So would you move Waddle down as well?
I think I have to for right now because of the entire, like you said, Gesicki is really good. They're going to use running backs out of the backfield, I'm sure.
Well, not even he's just really good. I know it's a new coach and new schemes, but I've always said this because no tight end has ever played out in the slot like Gesicki has. The most slots in the NFL in the past 2 years, the most air yards in the NFL over the past 2 years for tight ends. Gesicki is a weapon, so he's not going to use targets. And plus, if you think about it, Will McDaniels use him like a Kittle, where he is more involved in the offense? Who's going to be that Brandon Ayuk role? They keep on comparing them to Debo and Ayuk and all this bullshit. I don't know what McDaniels is going to do, but it's going to be fast with Mostert, Tyreek, Waddle. Like everyone's
it's like a Madden team. That's what we were saying earlier. Like it's like so in our Madden league, I'm like, yo, can I get the Dolphin next year? Because they're going to be so fast. It's crazy. Like I said, I just don't think it's not possible to have Tyreek ranked as high as it was before because of Casey's offense. You knew they were throwing a shit ton. Like you knew what you're getting. With Miami, it has to drop him a little bit. Waddle, where I had him, I don't think he can get as much volume. Would he have over 100 catches last year, right? Like he
set the record.
So I think that's going to come down like a little bit, but maybe he gets more explosive plays and he still has 1,100 yards. It could happen. I think it just all depends on Tua, and that's what everyone's worried about. And so now maybe if Tua's not that great and they have to have a shorter game, Tyreek's now going to take some of Waddle's stuff. So it's like, you know what I mean? There's just too many question marks right now. I think it's going to be fun to watch, and it's two super fast, two really good receivers. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Teddy Bridgewater was signed to be the backup there. That could be very sneaky, as in if Tua gets yanked, because McDaniels has no ties to Tua. He didn't draft him,
or her or something. Yeah, Teddy would be. He's had previous experience, so he would be fine to come in and take over an offense and not expect like a drastic drop off.
But this is it, man. To me, this is Tua's make it or break it. If he doesn't do it this year, he's out. Like he's out. He's going to be traded.
He's got the new coach. He's got
hold on.
Receivers.
We say this about quarterbacks. Like if this is the last year, like dude, how many Carson Wentz last years are we going to have? How many? Seriously, how many? Jameis Winston last chances, or how many Marcus Mariotas? Like we're just gonna keep on giving.
That's the thing.
You know why? Because there's no Andy Daltons. They always come back around.
Because all you have to do is be good enough to not be awful, and but just not be good enough to be like starter material. You're right there. Like the best job in the world is the backup quarterback. Those guys fucking clean up. Like that's what you like. He'll always be good enough to be at that, so he'll be around. Yeah. And then maybe he gets another chance to start. Who knows?
All right, let's knock out Carson Wentz real quick since I've already mentioned him. He was the quarterback 13 last year, which a lot of people don't want to talk about, with a run-first offense with Michael Pittman as his primary target, which no knock on Michael Pittman. I love the guy. But you and I would both agree McLaurin's a little step above Michael Pittman. He has Antonio Gibson out there that can catch out of the backfield, but Wentz does not like to check it down. We all know that. And other than that, Washington doesn't have much other, like, what's going on there? Like,
yeah, you got McLaurin, and that's about it. I don't think he changes much in that offense. Like, I don't think he goes up much or down much. I think he's about the same. He's a mid QB too. Like he went from one team to another.
Yeah, I mean they only gave up.
I know he finished. So yeah, I thought it was a third and a third.
Oh no, a second, a third, and a conditional third. That's what NFL Network or NFL.com says.
Either way, they got a decent cheap QB for cheap. So
let's go to.
Like I said, he's the same.
another cheap quarterback because this guy is like more intriguing in my opinion. On the flip side, the Colts traded for Matt Ryan for a third-round pick. Is that right? A third-round pick?
Yeah, third-round pick. What do you think of this trade?
So I think it's on the Beer and Sports podcast on Monday morning I do with Josh Wingate. I literally said because the trade happened Monday, I said Matt Ryan's got to be asking to get out of there. First off, how is the relationship between him and the Falcons ownership or front staff? They just tried to trade for your replacement. Like you'd feel kind of like, what the fuck, man? So like maybe he asked to get out. I don't know. And plus, why would he want to waste his last years in a losing rebuild where you have no receivers? Like, please get out of there and go to Indy. I said that. I said go to Indy. That'd be so awesome. It's such a perfect fit. You have an offensive line. You have the best running back in the world right now, and you have some young Michael Pittmans. You have some good receivers out there. I mean, you don't have studs.
Yeah.
You got guys that can be good. What would he play for in Atlanta? I think he's not going to be. I think he's going to be in that Carson Wentz range where he's not going to be top 10. He's not going to be bottom 20 or whatever. He's going to be right there.
I think he'll find out wherever you said Wentz finished 13. Yeah, probably right below that. Not that far behind it.
Because he has no rushing upside.
Yeah.
Unless they get a receiver, which they haven't. They just have Michael Pittman. And I'm sure, Sam, if you're still watching, help me out because Zach Pascal's gone. You know, T.Y. Hilton's probably not coming back. I have no idea. Like, who else do they have? Are they going to draft a receiver? I don't know.
Probably draft. They need to draft somebody. They need some explosion. I mean, I like Michael Pittman, though. I'm not going to lie.
No, I love Michael Pittman, but when he's the only target, and he played well. He really did. Kind of fizzled off at the end. But with Matt Ryan, he's not going to allow that to happen. Matt Ryan could just throw the ball 500 times, but he's not going to need to because it's going to be all Jonathan Taylor and Michael Pittman and a little bit of Nyheim Hines. So you never gave me your opinion. That's it? Just 13,
yes,
14 range? All right.
Yeah, so he's like I mean, these guys are like, I know we got a lot of guys to get over, so we should probably just get, I'm just like, just not much to talk about with him. Yeah, he's just a mid QB2. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, here's one I want to talk about. We already talked about Edmonds and Mostert. We don't even talk about Davante Adams traded to the Las Vegas Raiders out of nowhere for a first and a second. I know you're loving this for your selfish reasons.
I don't take any love in anything. I don't know what that means.
I don't take any love in anything. Dave, we know you have a cold black heart. We know that.
I don't enjoy seeing teams get worse for no reason. Why would I do that?
So Davante Adams and Hunter Renfrow and Darren Waller.
Josh Jacobs, Carr.
Yeah, I mean,
it affects everybody.
What I'm saying is that whole AFC West, it's like we have to keep up with. They just have to keep up with the Chiefs, and the Chiefs got worse where everyone else got better. Like everyone else.
That's like, crazy.
I made a prediction. I asked my buddies on the other show, who do you think wins this division? Who do you think wins this division? And right now, I'm picking the Chargers. They're my number one. They're the team. They got Mac. They got Bosa. They got a good defense.
I like the Chargers. I love it because I love Herbert, and I think if you got a QB, you got a chance every time. But how can I go against the Chiefs, man? Like until they lose, I can't count them out. Like they're still got Mahomes. Like I know.
All right, let's go to the Raiders. That's what we're really talking about. You know, they were a good team last year. They had Hunter Renfrow being that perfect blanket for Derek Carr. A lot of that's going to go away now to Adams because Adams is going to demand those targets. And if Waller's healthy, we saw week 1 last year, 19 targets to open the season.
Yeah,
Waller's going to demand targets as well. So is Renfrow like his value?
No,
I think it's not plummeted. No, it's not plummeted. It's just the touchdown number will go down.
Did he have a lot of touchdowns?
I don't know. I didn't look, but I'm saying the red zone stats will go down. Everything will go down because Adams is going to get the majority of it.
Okay, so listen to this. Last year, Vegas had Bryan Edwards and Zay Jones as like their receivers. You know, obviously besides Renfrow. Now you have Adams.
Renfrow had 9 touchdowns.
That's solid. That could stay. You have Adams in there that he's a stud. He's gonna get his catches, but he's taking away from the wide receiver 3s and 4s. He's not taking from Renfrow. Renfrow's gonna be running the slot always. You still need those guys to catch to move the chains. Carr loves them. Like I don't think Renfrow if anything, he's going to get more chances because I think now Adams makes plays downfield that Bryan Edwards wouldn't make a play. So now this drive gets to keep going. I think that offense is going to be so good because I think Carr is underrated. I've always compared him to Kirk Cousins. Like, I think they're both super underrated. And I love Carr. He's going to sling the ball. Yeah, he's going to throw some picks because that's what he does. But he's giving these guys a chance. Waller's going to come back. He'll get his 100, whatever, And I don't see anything bad happening. I think everything's up. And I don't know why. That's opposite of Miami. But I think it's because I trust Carr more, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I just think that, they've done it and I want to see it again. I think Adams just slides right in there and hops in and they just keep going.
Since 2018, Davante Adams' career low in targets was 127 in a season. That was 2019. He played 12 games. So he averaged over 10 targets a game. Every other year, 169, 148, 169. The dude's going to demand 150 targets. Hunter Renfrow only had 120 targets last year. He produced. He was good. He was only the wide receiver, I think, 17 last year. I think the touchdown numbers will go down back to 4 or 5, like his career average. There's no way he's
been in the league like 2 years.
But you got to understand, touchdown regression is real. Listen, I know Thielen doesn't regress.
No, I get that. Like you can't predict it from anybody, even Thielen. Like you just know it's gonna happen, but you can't predict
Thielen's gonna happen. 20 a year. Forever.
But the point is, I'm not even worried about that. I don't need the touchdowns. He's gonna catch so many passes. That's what I think.
No, because do you see him getting more than 120 targets?
I don't think he needs more. How many catches did he have? He had like 90 catches, right? Something like that last year.
Off 128 targets, 103 receptions.
Okay, there you go.
A little over 1,000 yards and 9 touch. Let's say that 9 touchdowns goes down to 4 because Waller's held. Let's say that touchdown goes down to 3.
Okay,
because Waller's healthy.
I get what you're saying.
Monty Adams there. That's a lot of points missing out and a lot of red zone production.
He can still catch. Yes, but I still think he can still give you like wide receiver like 3 at worst, like because he's gonna get those receptions to keep you relevant even without the touchdowns.
He's gonna keep the reception. I understand that, but you have to understand his target share. Like everything was so 21.7% last year.
That's not outrageous.
30.8 in the red zone. Almost 31% target share in the red zone. That's
so we're saying
away.
That he drops some of his touchdown catches. Okay, that's fine. He'll still catch 90 balls and be good enough for fantasy with the yards he gets.
Dave, he finished
he'll be a wide receiver.
He finished wide receiver 17. So if he misses these touchdowns, if he drops 5, that's 30 points. You know how far that kind of drops him low.
Probably to the mid wide receiver 3. How much? You can't drop him that far.
Let's see. Renfrow, where's he at? I don't even see him on here. Oh, he finished wide receiver 11. And he had 242 points. If he drops 30 points, that's 212. That'd be all the way down to wide receiver 24.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's got the upside because of all the catches. He will be relevant.
I think he's going to be relevant. I just don't think I think he'll be overdrafted because of what happened last year.
Okay, that could be. That's a whole different conversation. Like I still think he'll be good. I think the offense is going to be awesome, especially if Waller's healthy. Waller gets his, Adams gets his, and I think Renfrow gets his, and you throw in a couple of these other scrubs, Jacobs or whatever. I think it's going to be good.
I love your optimism for this guy, which you're like, nope, Tyreek, Waddle, done. They suck. They're going down.
I didn't say it's because of Tua. I even explained that.
All right, do you want to go on to your boy Robert Woods, Bobby Trees?
He's irrelevant.
Yeah, he's relevant. Okay, then we'll go
to me at this point. A wide receiver 2 in Tennessee it doesn't interest me anymore.
Yeah, me either. That's why I'm glad we park our cars in the same garage. I don't think he's not going to. If I don't believe in AJ Brown, I definitely don't believe in Robert Woods.
I love Robert Woods as like a player, but like he'll have a few games, obviously, yeah, but it's not going to be worth it anymore.
All right, then we'll bring up this guy right here. His name is Allen Robinson to the Rams. I know you're out. This is your guy. Robinson.
I'm not out, but you've been sucking his dick so hard since he signed the Rams. You've been like, that. Bro, you came in when he signed with the Rams in our chats. This guy was going nuts. You would think that he just got Jamar Chase for free. Like he's on all of our chats just gurgling it. I'm like, bro, calm down. Like
what? I've been trying to sell him in all dynasties forever, all off season, and nobody wanted him. He signs with the Rams. It's like that's literally like getting free money. Someone just gave me free money.
I think he'll be fine. He'll be fine, but like, let's calm down. Like, let's just calm down.
I don't know why we need to calm down. It's not like he's a year removed from 102 catches and 1,250 yards and 6 touchdowns.
You know what else he's a year removed from? What did he do last year? Fucking quit on that team, and he's like 29 years old. I don't like that.
He didn't want to be there. I'm okay with that.
I mean, he's playing with Bustin Field, so I get it. Like, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, he had no offense. That whole offense was trash. It's funny how if I say Saquon's not that good, it's the offense. But if I say Allen Robinson struggled or Justin Fields, Tim, he sucks. Like, it's very
maybe
the way you guys.
Don't you guys me.
So I'm looking at Odell Beckham stats from last year. Who Odell's not Allen Robinson. They're not the same player, but just for context, all right. Just for context, from weeks. When did he get there?
I don't know.
I'm trying to do the math right now.
Why are we talking so much about Allen Robinson? Like, why are we this in depth with this? I don't understand this.
I think he's more relevant than your boy Hunter Renfrow. I think he'll have more fantasy points than Hunter Renfrow. I definitely do. On that offense with Matthew Stafford. Yeah, he's definitely going to be.
I like that. Honestly, that would be a great bet if we could come up for like a bet, because that would be a great bet.
It'd be like if I said this guy's gonna have more fantasy points, and you said no, I think this guy's gonna have more fantasy points, and like we just said, hey, we're gonna bet something.
Yeah, it's like that. That's what I'm saying. Works. But we got to come up with like whatever the bet is. But yes, that's the fucking point.
Yes, I really do think Allen Robinson's going to be a high-end wide receiver too. And Cups, because it can happen with Matthew Stafford, with that offense.
It could happen. We'll see.
It's gonna happen.
I would probably buy him around. Honestly, right around Renfrow, right around the low end wide receiver too. Probably right.
But higher.
Like a spot. You want the spot just to say you won?
Yeah, I do. All right, last one. This is the last one. Then we got to go. We got to get out of here. This is probably one of the biggest ones, and we just glossed right over it because it happened ages ago. Russell Wilson to Denver for 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, a 5th-round pick, Drew Lock, Noah Fant, and Shelby Harris. Shelby Harris, too?
Some defensive guy, right, or something?
Yeah, he's probably like, what the fuck, man? Like, I'm just throwing.
Why they want me?
He's like, I'm the 3rd-round pick you just threw in? What the hell, man? He's like just working out one day. It's like, Shelby Harris, come to the front office.
Or maybe it's like, you know what it's like? I know you've seen the, fuck. We're not going nowhere until I can remember what it was. Damn it, man. What were you just saying? We were talking about what?
Shelby
about
Harris.
Who? Yes. Oh. The movie. The Draft Day movie, right? You seen it?
No, I have not seen Draft Day.
So basically it's kind of like the same thing. So like they're making a trade, the GMs, and then so one of the guys is playing hardball, and so like the guy's like, tell him I want his he like names some guy off the roster, literally they don't even like a random ass name, like like a punt returner, and the guy's like, he's like, why do you want him? He goes, cause I fucking want him, and like just take it or leave it, like this is your deal, you're adding that guy, and so that's how Shelby Harris gets started.
Yeah. Like, what a weird request. I want Shelby Harris. Who? Yeah, him.
So that's exactly what. Watch no deal.
Yeah. Anyway, so Russell Wilson goes over to Denver, where they have a plethora of options. Albert O apparently is really good at football. Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy. I asked Benjamin Albright on my other show who's going to be the most productive receiver with Russell Wilson, and he's predicting Cortland Sutton over Jeudy.
I like Jeudy, man.
How do you feel? How do you feel about Sutton over Jeudy?
I like Jeudy over Sutton, but I think they're both really good players. For some reason, I just like Jeudy a little bit more. But Sutton's a big play guy, man. Like, he can get up there. He's big. So Judy's just a better route runner.
Dude. So Sutton, we both know this. He's a freak athlete. He's another year healthier from that surgery.
After the ACL, I know. That's what made me think about that for just a second. He's going to be extra burstful.
I think you're getting this dynasty. So I didn't ask you dynasty or redraft, but
you know
for
what?
redraft is
Good
definitely
call.
Sutton.
You know what? You're right. You're right. I was thinking dynasty because that's how we played too many of them. Yes.
Yeah, but for this year, for 2022, I'm preferring Cortland Sutton. I think he's going to be the alpha there. I don't know if they're going to re-sign Melvin Gordon. I was told by also Benjamin Albright that he's not going to return, but he's not signed anywhere, and he's like the last guy I'm really waiting for to find a job.
He needs to go anywhere but Denver because I need that Javonte in my lineup in Primo.
Yeah, and cut the meat. I got Melvin Gordon and Javonte. I need Melvin Gordon to go somewhere so I can freaking go somewhere. But we're running out of options. Tampa to sign Fournette. Buffalo's
maybe he goes to Atlanta.
Draft. That would be horrible. Why would he go there? I don't think he wants to lose.
He could be a legitimate running back that Mike Davis can't, and then Patterson can still get his touches in the backfield.
Think about him. He doesn't want to lose.
He's been losing his whole career, whatever.
Exactly. So why would he want to lose?
But who's going to sign him there? Like the Chiefs? The 49ers? Like a good team? The Rams don't need a running back? Like, is there a running back needy team? That's what I mean.
Yeah, there's running back needy teams. There's
like
Houston,
but you just said, then why would you want to go to Houston if you want to go to Atlanta? Like, that's my point. Like, is there a running back needy team that's in the playoffs, like a contender?
Yeah, well, with Buffalo, definitely, for sure.
But maybe they think that Singletary and Moss are still the fucking guy, and
but they're not.
They're going to draft somebody.
Not. I'm thinking.
You know what I mean?
Can the Rams afford him?
I don't think he's better than Akers. So why would he do that?
I'm so down on Akers. I'm so out on Akers. I'm out. Last year I was pounding the table. He was a first round pick. This year I'm out.
All right, watch, dude.
No, I'm just out on Cam Akers.
Get that guy in that running back. That guy's gonna be a beast.
What do you mean? Get that guy in that running back?
And that's in that team. I'm sorry, like the Rams. Like you get that running back, you're good. You're golden.
Yeah, Melvin Gordon.
No.
You're just a hater. You just don't want him to go there
because you love Cam Akers. Akers is better. That's my point. Yes.
What about Baltimore? How fun would that be?
No, they got Dobbins. I need Dobbins. I traded for him.
Dave, stop being selfish. I'm thinking about the NFL, like how much fun that would be.
I don't think Gordon's that special. Like, why would it be so great to see him?
Gordon was really good last year.
He's a solid player. Like, I don't think he sucks. I'm not saying that, but like, he's not special. That's all I'm saying.
I think
he's a good, solid player.
I think he's a very special player. He's 29 years old. He's freaking put up all these yards. Like, he's been durable.
He's been very solid.
Hold on, he sucks. He's only had 1,000 yards 1 year in his life.
Oh, and I'm the one that's wrong. You don't act like he's special. That's what I'm saying. He's not special. He's nothing great. He's had some solid seasons. He's a solid football player. He's nothing special.
Well, he's special.
That's why he needs to go to fucking Atlanta.
just lose in Atlanta. Just go to fucking Atlanta
anyways, bro. Like, just go get paid.
Do they have any money? No, they owe Matt Ryan $40 million of dead cap space or whatever.
Yeah, that's crazy.
How that works.
All right, who's next?
Next? We're done. That was it.
Oh, we're done?
That was it. Yeah, I gave you the early. I feel like I'm the boss, so he's like, "All right, guys, you can go home early."
Like, yeah,
yeah. No, before we go though, I want to do some selfish talk inside baseball. The trade we made the other day, Mike Williams.
Inside baseball.
And you don't know that term, like inside, like we're inside talking right now.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, so our trade that we made. How do you really feel about it? Do you feel like you got over? I gave you AJ Brown.
I don't think I got over. Go ahead, explain the trade.
Well, I don't remember the trade. I'm asking you. I gave you AJ Brown.
I got AJ Brown 2.05 this year.
Okay.
You got Russell Wilson, Mike Williams, and a third in 2024.
It's super flex.
Yes. And so I think Russell Wilson is still young enough to give you 5 solid years of quarterback play. So you're good there. Like, that's a great player to have. I think they'll be good in Denver. Mike Williams is a solid wide receiver too. A little bit inconsistent. That's what he is. So that's a great player to have. And then obviously the pick is whatever. To me, AJ Brown, who although he has, completely understand he's only played like a wide receiver too for most of his career. I think he has that to the moon capabilities. Like, he has wide receiver 1 overall capabilities. I don't know if he'll ever get there. Maybe he won't. But that's why he's got that much value. Because I know I saw your post, what's the difference in these guys? And I get it. Their numbers are similar. So I can't like argue too much. I just think he has a bigger like upside.
It's funny because I put those numbers out there, not because we made the trade. I didn't know.
Yes, it
I had
was.
no. Well, it was
But
because
then you started looking at the numbers, probably.
Yeah, I started looking at numbers. I'm like, okay, so because when we made the trade, I feel like I stole from you. I really do. Now that's just because I think Mike Williams. People are like age. He's AJ Brown's 24. Mike Williams 27. That's only a 3-year.
Yeah, it's not
thing.
huge. Of course
So
not.
the way I think in Dynasty is in 3 years, my team's gonna change. My team's ever changing. It has to. If you're not changing your team every 3 years, you're doing it wrong. You're doing fantasy way wrong. You're doing Dynasty way wrong. You just can't
so
keep
much
these
changes in 3
players
years.
forever. You just can't. So in 3 years, when Mike Williams is 30 and then he's done, I've used up his worth.
Yeah,
you have AJ Brown still. Is he ever going to get better? Is he ever? I'm banking on no. He's never going to be as good as Mike Williams will be.
Oh
in
yeah,
3 years time.
if you're not on him like I am, obviously, and I think he has that capability, and you're not, you did steal from me, which is why I understand why you would think that, and that's I get it.
And then Russell Wilson obviously is a quarterback one.
Yeah, so you're getting a super stud, you're getting equal receiver. So I get that from your side. You fucking just cleaned up. From my side, one, you also got to remember I had 5 QBs, which is another part of this deal. So Russell was going to sit on my bench forever. I have Watson, I got Kyler, I got Hurts, and I still got even Mariota. So like I'm good either way. Russ was almost never going to see the light of day. So does that change the overall value for me? Yes. To me, Russell Wilson's value is less. To you, you have another QB. So that's another thing when we talk about trades is like value on my side compared to your side. It's completely different. To me, Russ was like a free piece, like a free part that I can't use. Let me get rid of it. Obviously, he has value. And to me, the difference, did I overpay a little bit? Probably. But like, I'm hoping and banking that AJ Brown is what he is. If he's not, it's easy. Like it's easy because AJ Brown will still be like a solid wide receiver too, and Mike Williams would be solid wide receiver too. So yeah, I mean, I get it. I get it from both sides. That's why I said I think this trade is one of the more fair we've made for like each other's values. For each other's teams, I'm sorry.
And I like to tell this to new dynasty players because I like to talk to them about like values change. Mike Williams might be valuable here on my team, but his value is way different in your league where he's your wide receiver. Like if he's your wide receiver 3, of course he's whatever. But if he's my wide receiver 6, like he was, I think in that whatever the case may be, because he's so cheap. Remember when he was like just everyone was selling him, me included.
Yeah.
Like he was the guy. I don't want to talk about him right now because I bought him in every league and then he sucked and I'm like, I'm fucking done.
You got rid of him in every single league. Like the next year he balled out.
Yeah, like I was done with Mike Williams. Done. And then of course he balls out. So then I had to pay for him back. But yes, if he's super cheap on your roster and you could upgrade somewhere else, you got to do that. And I think a lot of people just get stuck on this. Well, Dynasty Nerds has him valued here. He has him valued here. Like, guys,
don't come out with that bullshit.
Their value. You have to look at your team and think, what can you do? If you're an aging team and you have Hopkins sitting out there and you can't win it all, like it just happened in one of our leagues,
you better trade his ass.
You better trade Hopkins now. Now go, well, his value is this. Well, get fucking rid of him or his value is going to die.
Yeah, like, you'll be stuck. You can always sit on. It's like, it's a depreciating asset to you, and if you don't get out of it, sometimes you got to take less because that's how I did in Noob when I gave up all these guys. Like overall max value, I probably didn't come out on top, but like I had to sell them like a little bit cheaper than like I wanted to. You just got to make a move at some point.
If you're sitting there and you went 4-15 last year, whatever the records may be, and you're sitting there at 102, and you got Devontae Adams sitting on your lineup and a lot of scrubs.
Trade
what are you doing with Devontae Adams on your roster still?
Yeah.
And we see this all the time where we know someone last year who didn't win a game and all he had was
didn't even make a trade.
He had CPAT, James Robinson, and Brandon Cooks, and nobody else. Didn't even try to make a trade. It's like, bro, you just went 0-16, and now you have 101, and now you have all these aging players, and you still won't trade them.
Yeah, if that's the difference between good dynasty players and bad ones. The good ones make the moves when they need to, even though sometimes you gotta, eat one. Like, but again, that works. Like, just our trade is like literally the perfect like example of team needs, like how your team's set up. Again, also, Mike Williams on my team was my wide receiver 5,
That's what I was saying. He's so deep you can just get rid of him.
He's almost like a free piece. Like I'm almost never going to use him. I'm almost never going to use Russell Wilson. Now I get a guy who I'm for sure going to start because obviously I have him ranked ahead of Mike Williams, and I think has outrageous thing. You on the other hand, maybe you sold AJ Brown cheap. I don't think so, but like for your whole team needs, it made a lot of sense. So it's
I'm sick of this AJ Brown nonsense. Ryan Tannehill's trash. That's a run first offense. Mike Williams has Justin Herbert forever for the rest of his life.
I love that.
I pass first offense.
100% why I really still want to have Mike Williams on a team because I love Justin Herbert and I want his players. So I can't argue that.
Let's wrap this baby up. We'll be back next week. Maybe, who knows? Maybe Marco will join us. Marco was supposed to be here, but I guess he's lost into Elder Scrolls or Rings or
Elden Ring or some dumb bullshit,
which I'm gonna buy this week whenever I get paid.
Guy.
Elden Ring for the win. All right, play Fortnite with me. There's no building. It's awesome.
I know. It's fucking awesome.
We should get on after this. Follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebooks, everywhere. Part of the Saga Network. Until next time, later, guys.
See ya.